The butteriness of sibas and the spiciness, perfect. Prepare with the wine. Hello everyone, welcome to Kiyoshi Hospitality. Tonight, we're featuring a stir-fry Chilean sibas with tofu. Here is a Chilean sibas to fillet. With the skin, will be better for that. And a fresh tofu. Ingredients: chopped, marinated pork, fresh shiitake mushrooms, fresh ginger and garlic, cilantro. And the seasoning are chicken bouillon, oyster sauce, sesame oil, and a white pepper. These are all the ingredients to complete stir-fry Chilean sibas with tofu. Step number 1. This time, instead of black pepper, we have the white pepper, the ground white pepper. Salt, sprinkle, season it. White pepper, not too much. It's a little bit, not too much, just a sprinkler of the white pepper. And then we slice it in probably an inch size. Make sure we have the skin on it, because the skin is the one who's going to bring a flavor for the sibas. This is the sibas. You see this very often in a regular Asian Chinese restaurant. Only traditional Chinese restaurant. And normally, this comes in a hot pot. But I will make today stir fry on the plate. After we cut these pieces like this, we'll bread it in a cornstarch. As we make it crispy, we're gonna deep fry it and stir fry it. I love this very much. This is one of my favorite dishes because you know why? It's healthy, especially the sibas. It's the most sweetest, juicy fish for a hot pot. Again, now, after we season it, we're gonna bread it with a cornstarch. Make sure everything's breaded well. After we breaded the sibas, now we're gonna start breading the tofu. And then after this, we're gonna deep fry it, slightly deep fried, because we have to stir fry this because we don't want to overcook the fish, we don't want to overcook the tofu, so make sure it's slightly deep fried. The reason why I know how to cook right now, I've been in the restaurant many years, being a general manager many years, my philosophy being a general manager, you have to know everything. It cannot be only a manager around the restaurant, you have to also know about back of the house, which is the major things. Back of the house, you gotta know how to cook, the process, everything. I even know how to wash the dishes. I used to be a dishwasher before I become a cook, before I become a chef, before I become a general manager. So in other words, you gotta know the whole 9 yards in a restaurant business. It's all breaded. It's time to go to the wok, which is we have to deep fry it, slightly deep fry it. All right? Especially fish, you don't have to cook it that long because stir fried at the same time makes sure it's a perfect timing. It will take about deep frying about 3 to 4 minutes the longest. 3 minutes the longest, as a matter of fact. All right? So here we go. After we breaded all the fish and tofu, now we come to the fryer. Now we have to slightly deep fry all the fish and the tofu. Chilean sibas looks beautiful. Look at that. It looks good and crunchy. And we'll flip it up in a minute. How beautiful the sibas is. It's one of my favorite dishes. Give about 3 minutes for each side. And then so we can, when we 2 minutes, it means already halfway cooked. And then we stir fry it. It takes about another 10 minutes to stir fry, should be over. This dish, you see this very often to every Chinese restaurant. But everyone got different way of cooking. The way of cooking, but different kind of ingredients, different kind of flavor. Most of them, they serve this in a hot pot. Now myself, like I said, I'll make it this different way. I'll plate it in a pasta bowl. See this? How beautiful the sibas. Another minute, this should be over because, like I said, we cannot cook this longer. We'll keep it halfway cooked. This should be ready, good to go to stir fry it. See that? You see that? The brown is getting browny a little bit. That's how we're gonna rinse it up a little bit now. Pick it up. Okay, stir up, leave it. See how beautiful is that? All right, we go to the tofu. Same thing. We don't need to overcook the tofu because again, like I said earlier, we have to stir fry this. Because the tofu overcooked, it dried up the inside, it get tough. So that's why it's a medium cook. See, both sides, make sure it's cooked. If we have a big deep fryer and cook this in the restaurant, it's a little bit different. It's easy, but cook in the wok, it's good, looking good, looking good. It's very about done because it's tofu, like I said, this is tofu. You don't have to cook it long. Here we go, done. After we deep fried everything, all the sea bass and tofu, now it's time for us to stir fry our final touch. Come on in, follow me. Here we go. Plus the oil. Make sure the oil is hot. For many years, I normally cook the meat first because if you cook the ginger and the garlic first, it gets burned easily before the meat cooks. So let's start with the meat first. Here we go. This pork's already marinated. This meat is part of the ingredients and the flavor to make the flavor for the fish. It's getting brown already. See how it is. Now it's time for us to put the ginger and garlic. It's a very, very important. That's any Asian dish. It's gotta have a ginger, either ginger or garlic. Me, I put this together. The aroma is right there. See this pork? So the juice came out, and this is the best time to mix the fish and the tofu so the fish will absorb the flavor of the pork. All right, here we go. And I'll put a little bit broth. This is a chicken broth. The salt, not too much, because those fish already seasoned. The most important, the chicken pavilion. That's very, very important. That's it. Then, white pepper. Not too much. Sprinkle. And then the oil, a little bit of sesame oil. Oyster sauce. Here we go. A little bit spicy. Look a little bit spicy. Beautiful. Spread a little bit of sugar for balancing. That's it. Cilantro. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is my final touch of my sea bass, stir-fried sea bass with tofu. Let me try it. Oh my goodness. Beautiful. You can sit with a wine. Oh, mamma mia. Let's try with the tofu. See this tofu? It's glossy. See that? Shiny. And now, here we go. The butteriness of sea bass and the spiciness, perfect, prepared with the wine. I hope you enjoy my version of stir-fried sea bass and tofu. If you like this video, please like it, make a comment, and subscribe. I see you later.